Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be fixing up a cannibal sandwich. Now let me step back a second here and clarify this is not human flesh that I will be eating. This is actually a raw beef sandwich, similar to steak tartare, which is raw beef typically chopped up and seasoned, sometimes served with a raw egg. This is along those lines. This is not human flesh. It's just called a cannibal sandwich. It's also called tiger meat. It's also called Wildcat. So this is eaten in the upper Midwest here in the United States, more specifically in the state of Wisconsin during holidays and celebrations like New Year's, Christmas, funerals, birthday parties. And it's served like an appetizer, although you can also have it as a sandwich as well. So I first learned about this from WPR, Wisconsin Public Radio, and I will put the original link down in the description. Now, the origins of this sandwich remain a little bit murky, but it's believed that Europeans brought this over. Now, this tradition of eating raw meat, more specifically raw beef, is practiced all over the world. The key is that the meat needs to be very, very fresh, and it needs to be handled with care. Now, I should say the United States Department of Agriculture does not recommend eating raw beef. In fact, they want you to cook it to an internal temperature of 160 degrees. But this is a tradition of Wisconsin, and today I'm going to be tasting it, using extra precautions so I don't get sick. Number one being, I got fresh meat from my butcher today, and I'm going to be using it today. Number two, I'm going to be grinding it myself. And number three, I have sanitized all of my equipment. So here's my stand mixer. I have fitted it with a meat grinder attachment. And here is my steak. This is I have round steak, very, very lean meat. And I've cut it into strips and I placed it in the freezer so that it's a little bit firmer. And that way it'll be easier to grind. So this is going to be a little bit loud. I'm setting this on level 4 and I'm going to just place my meat in here. Here we go. Here it comes. There we go. Now the assembly of the sandwich is very straightforward. I've seen many examples of this open-faced, but then I've also seen examples of it closed-faced as well. And I'm using these cute little squares of rye bread. This also can be served on white bread, also on crackers, but I'm going for the traditional rye bread. Taking some of my freshly ground beef, put that right on there. From what I've read, this is more of kind of an old-fashioned kind of appetizer. And then I'm going to season that with a bit of salt, fresh cracked pepper, and onion. Now, I've read onion is key. Alrighty, so here's my first taste of a cannibal sandwich. Itadakimasu. I like it. I like it a lot. That rye bread and onion combination are so, so good. The rye bread is very thin and substantial, but has a nice kind of caraway seed flavor to it, a little bit anisey. And of course, the beef goes really well with that combination as well. It has a cool temperature, which is interesting, kind of like cold cuts. It reminds me actually a lot of rare roast beef. You're left with kind of that heme flavor in your mouth at the end, but it's absolutely delicious. You get the little bits of salt and pepper, and of course that's a classic combination with beef. It's delicious. I love it. Bit my lip. I love it. And because the meat's chopped up, it's really easy to bite. You don't have little bits of things hanging off except the onion, but you really must have the onion in there. That onion and rye bread combination along with the beef. I'm using a red onion, by the way. It's a little less strong, a little sweeter than a typical yellow onion. Absolutely delicious. So let's make another version. So this one I'm going to have with the meat, the pepper, and I'm going to season it with a little bit of Worcestershire. just a little. And then again, onion. This time I'm going to break it up a little bit so it's a little bit easier to eat. And I'm going to try this one closed-faced. So it's like a little sandwich, like a true sandwich. All right, let's give this one a go. If you like Worcestershire sauce, you'll like this one. That really changes the flavor. It adds a certain complexity, and now that I have 2 layers of rye bread, you've got a really strong kind of rye caraway flavor this time. It's a little bit drier, again, because we have 2 pieces of bread, but still absolutely delicious. I think of the 2, I think I prefer the open face just with the salt and pepper. But if you like caraway and if you like Worcestershire sauce, I think you'll like this one as well. So I froze my beef a little bit so it'd be easier to put through the grinder. So it's really nice to have this kind of cool sensation when you're eating your sandwich. Really unique. Also, I'm not surprised I like this sandwich. I like my steaks cooked medium rare. I love rare roast beef. So this is very similar in that sense. You get that nice heme flavor, slightly metallic, and just absolutely delicious. The irony, slightly metallic flavor of the meat goes really well with the sweetness of the onion, that crunch of the onion, and that salt and pepper. All of it. It's a great combination. So there you have it, the cannibal sandwich that hails from Wisconsin. Let me know down in the comments below if you're from Wisconsin, if you've ever had this sandwich before, if you've ever had steak tartare before. Let me know down in the comments below. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Partly cloudy with a chance of meatballs.